All right, we are live here. It is Friday, and we are excited. I'm so excited to end this day with this presentation. And I appreciate everybody who has participated. I have loved seeing everything that you have posted and shared in here and all the knowledge that we're putting out there and engagement. Um, it warms my heart, makes me realize that this is something that I really love doing. I'm very passionate about is educating people where they can make better health decisions and exercise, all that stuff. So what happened there?
I don't know. I don't know what happened to me. Disappeared for
I
a
don't know
second.
what happened. So sorry. I love that when things like this happen because it makes you kind of react so that you have, it's a challenge and it makes you see if you can persevere through it. So I was like, what happened? So here we are on Friday, and I'm excited for the dance party later. And where I left off, I think was the perfect time actually to hand it over to Mike. You can do a little bit of introduction about what we're going to be showing
Okay.
and introduce Ron Williams to everybody and who
Okay.
Ron Williams is.
Oh, awesome. All right. So over the last couple of days, guys, thank you for coming in here. First and foremost, happy Friday. I hope your week has been amazing. I just want to start off with a big smile and hello, and thank you for being here. So the last couple of days, we've been talking about our family health history, and then yesterday we kind of shared a little bit about what we consider blind nutrition. And today we're going to try to put it all together for you where it makes sense. And here's the thing. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a geneticist. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a health coach. I know I probably know half of everything that Teresa's learned. She's just amazing. I couldn't even wrap my head around that. Anyways, so for me to sit here and try to explain that to you would be silly. So Teresa, I can share a video with you real quick, just a short, quick video of our CEO, Ron Williams. And if you don't know who Ron Williams is, he's the CEO of Euphoria Science. And so Euphoria Science is the company that is leading the way in DNA technology around the world. And so, this will be a great video for you to kind of get an idea of what we've been talking about the last day where it'll make sense, right? So, Teresa, without further ado, I would like you to play the video of Ron Williams. And I've had a pleasure actually to know him and work with him since December 2018. So it's been fun to see, what you guys are going to see now. All right, go ahead, Teresa.
All right, here we go.
All right, awesome.
My name is Ron Williams. I am CEO and founder of Euphoria Science. And everybody wants to know what Euphoria Science is. It starts in a lab, world-class lab, HIPAA and CLIA certified, which means they operate at the highest standards of quality and efficacy, as well as the highest standards of security. Your information will never be seen or sold by anyone but you. And from the lab, they measure what are called your genetic SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphisms, which really we inherit from our parents, and they tell us a lot about genetic variants and what we might be susceptible to in our overall life. And what's cool is once the results come out of the lab, there's an intellectual property of software that has been pioneered by some of the best minds on the planet with DNA. And what happens is your information goes through that sophisticated software and it produces a name, your name, and a barcode. Then the miracle happens. That name and barcode are then scanned by what we've called the Nutritionator. And the Nutritionator will make your very own designer nutrition using nearly 100 plant-based, peer-reviewed ingredients just for you. So we find this to be extremely fascinating. We call that product Nutrition. It comes with your name on the label. So what's happening now is people are seeing this movement into DNA. Your DNA is your authority on nutrition. So everybody wants in. The problem is they're mimicking the message by saying, here's a DNA test, which is fantastic, by the way. And then they're just using pre-labeled, prefab pre-made product off of someone's shelf using blind nutrition. So instead of doing a DNA test and blind nutrition, and here, go eat this, and go to the grocery store and buy that, and go to the health food store and buy this, and that's a lot of stress and legwork. So what Euphoria does is it removes all the legwork, it removes all the guesswork, and it puts in the palm of your hand your very own nutrition. You know, I've had a few nights to sleep on this vision and this technology, and I think Euphoria has the potential to become to supplement companies what Amazon has become to retail outlets. I think there'll come a day when our children's children will say, hey, you mean you guys used to use all the same nutrition for everyone? You know? So I think that this is the future. It's inevitable, and we're leading this future today. So clearly this is also, you know, a business movement. Talk about an opportunity to be on the ground floor of the future today. Even when it confronts the supplement industry, where will you be at the tipping point? And so this is going to be a business that really demands leadership, but it'll be dominated by customers. The nice thing is we've made it affordable. Actually, the technology has made it efficient and affordable. We did a study that if you went to a health food store and you were to try to replicate your nutrition and buying all the ingredients individually, it could cost upwards of a couple $1,000. Nutrition is delivered to your door for $159. It's a lifetime of luxury. So this just isn't a new product. It's a complete paradigm shift. Being who we truly are at our core and our identity is life-giving in itself. It's empowering. It's liberating. So at Euphoria, being you never felt better.
Wow. So what? Let me ask you, Teresa, what was your first thought when you saw that video?
I was really intrigued because it's something that I had been searching for a really long time. I was super interested in genetics in high school and in science and all that. And, you know, it really does, it was an eye-opener for me. And I immediately, you know, wanted to get it and get the test because I was always curious, because I bought so many different products. I've spent so much money researching, you know, when I was overtraining, when I was doing this, and you know, getting the right nutrition, you know, supplement for me, and what was going to benefit for what was going on in my life or how I was feeling. This just made so much sense. I wanted to know because I was also curious. And, you know, when you're curious, you want the answers. So it was really exciting for me to finally get the answers and actually has so much more understanding of my family history and, you know, what I've been pushing for my whole life, you know.
Right.
I can even give an example if somebody wants, or we can do that at the end, but it's really exciting. So
Yeah, I was blown away. I'll share a quick story and about something that I had tried before years ago. I watched this doctor. His name was Dr. Ericone, and he was a cosmetologist. And he was a cosmetologist, but he didn't believe in plastic surgery. He believed in healing the body from the inside out. And so, you know, if you know that if you take really good care of yourself, your skin will look amazing. It's the largest organ in your body, right? So anyways, I watched this PBS documentary one time, and he did this workshop. And it was like a long, old workshop. And this guy really knew his stuff about how to eat and what sort of supplements to take. I remember that I got so excited about that I went out to the store the next day and I spent like almost $300 on all the stuff that he said that I was supposed to have. And I mean, it worked and I got results and it was amazing. But what's different about this is, like, you know, I watched something, a documentary, and I followed those instructions. But to have your DNA tested and really know what you're made of is game changing. So when I saw this and I saw that, it brought back me having to go to the vitamin store and pick out all that stuff off the shelf and buy it and spend all that money. So anyways, I just wanted to share that. So
makes me think of when I've tried so many different things, and then, you know, I wasn't really seeing anything or really knowing. And so I would just have, you know, half bottlefuls of this and half this and half that, and still trying to figure it out. So
right. So there's a question here that says, how would gastric bypass alter it? Well, definitely after this, we'll want to connect with anybody that has questions like that, where we can dig deeper out of time restraints, respect for everybody's time. we'll go ahead and continue. And people might be wondering, what do you think, Tris? Do you think people might be wondering like how this process works, what it looks like, or like when you get your kit to the DNA test, the actual process? Wouldn't it be cool if we had a video to show that?
Yeah, I think we should show it to them.
I think so
They can
too.
see the whole process from the very beginning to delivery, and then
that'll explain some of the questions that you might have now. And then, of course, like I had just mentioned, we'll do we can set up a time where we can talk to anybody that has questions. We'd like to answer the one-on-one, whatever you guys want to do.
I'm actually going to put a post after where they can set up a call and have a link set up into the group.
Perfect.
All right. So
All right.
ready for the
Yeah. So this video is called Mission Nutrition. And so the previous video that you just watched was Ron Williams. And he's going to be in this video as well. And he's literally going to walk you through the whole process of what it would look like if you got a kit in your living room to actually getting your actual finished product at the end. So here it goes. Let's go ahead and.
The big question is, was your nutritional product made before or after your DNA test results? Euphoria Science is the cell phone to the landline. It's Netflix to Blockbuster. Euphoria really is an extreme human experience in an extreme scientific environment.
A one-of-a-kind custom-designed nutritional formula based on each person's unique DNA. That's really the groundbreaking technology behind Euphoria.
Everyone wants into DNA right now. Of course they do. It's projected to be a $600 billion marketplace. So the problem is they'll do your DNA test, which is great. But then we've got your DNA. Here, try all these prefab supplements. One size fits all. We just keep taking everything, hoping we get some results.
Up until now, we were buying a bottle of this and a box of that. It's the same stuff that everyone else is taking. We had cupboards filled with every supplement you could imagine. Your DNA is different from my DNA, and my DNA is different from everyone else's. So we shouldn't be taking everyone else's nutritional supplements. We should be taking those that are uniquely made for us.
We all have genetic variants that affect our DNA. That's why my eyes are brown and your eyes are blue. But we also have genetic variants that can affect our overall health and wellness. These genetic variances are called SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphisms.
Single nucleotide poly.
The SNPs Euphoria tests for are what I like to call the heavy hitters. These are the ones that can be compensated for with proper nutrition and can make the biggest difference in your overall health and wellness.
I guess when I think about DNA in my body, I always think about things that are obvious, like physical features, things that you can always see, they're right in front of you.
But there's all these little hidden areas of your health that you don't really think about, and they're affected by your DNA.
Basically, you take a simple, non-invasive DNA test. You stick it in a prepaid envelope where it goes off to our medical grade labs, highest quality, highest standards of price. All right, time for Mission Nutrition. Let's go on this journey.
Your DNA is processed in a CAP-accredited, CLIA-certified, and HIPAA-compliant facility. Your data is secure, protected, and most importantly, accurate.
Your DNA results are going to reveal what SNPs you have that are affecting your overall health and nutrition.
Within a short matter of time, you get a secure link with your DNA test results, 35 pages talking about your genetic SNPs.
The Euphoria Wellness DNA report is easy to read, especially because it has all of your scientific DNA information just right in front of you.
Green means you didn't inherit from either parent. Yellow means you got it from one parent. And then red means you got it from both parents.
Understanding your DNA helps anchor that conversation about your wellness and removes a lot of the guesswork about your health.
And it confirms a lot of suspicions, like things that were going on with our bodies that actually make sense now.
It's not just enough to understand your DNA. There are things you should do about it. And that's where Euphoria takes things to the next level.
The technology behind Euphoria Science, the software, was over 24 years in development. It's proprietary.
Nobody else has it, and it facilitates what we call the algorithm of youth. So here's the real issue. Suppose we didn't know we were taking enough of a particular nutritional supplement. In fact, we may be taking less than what we really require because we weren't overcoming our genetic weaknesses.
Or we think, I could take more of a particular vitamin or supplement, and I should be okay. But we could literally take too much and be dealing with toxicity.
For years, we understood what nutrition and nutritional requirements were needed for humans. But it wasn't until recently, with the advent of genomic testing, that we could pinpoint and in a precise way determine genetic weaknesses and then supplement with the proper nutrition. And now, not only do we know what we need or don't need, Euphoria Science translates that unique information into everyone's own unique nutritional formula.
It'll drop, based on DNA results, nearly 100 plant-based, peer-reviewed studied ingredients into one formula that we call Youtrition.
We were very careful in choosing the ingredients for Youtrition. They're all based on multiple peer-reviewed published studies.
There's no two test results alike, no two formulas alike. It's made specifically for you, dictated by your DNA. This is the only software of its kind on the planet, 24 years in development, and the only machine of its kind to prepare your unique Youtrition. Youtrition is a straight line nutrition for you because it's made for you. It has your name on it.
Euphoria creates your own personalized nutritional formula to the microgram, a clinical dosage of exactly what you need.
Currently, based on the SNPs we test for in Euphoria Phase 1, we can create nearly 400 million unique formulas. And you don't have to wait for your nutrition to arrive to begin to experience some of these nutritional benefits.
While your DNA is pairing to your very own Youtrition, people engage in the product Pretrition, designed to prepare your body for your very own designer Youtrition.
Every YouStart kit comes with a 30-day supply of what we call the Pretrition formula. Pretrition is a very powerful combination of ingredients, including astaxanthin and AC11 for DNA repair. Pretrition is actually the foundational formula for everyone's finalized nutrition.
I've been involved with companies where they'll make a product and they'll find a headline and they'll just sprinkle a tiny bit in there and make it the headline for the marketing. Here, so much time and money, millions and millions of dollars have been put into this technology. So there's no cutting corners. When your product is made, your actives are clinical doses based on those peer-reviewed studies. They're not just sprinklings of powder.
To take your DNA, process it through software to determine what you need, then input that into a machine that creates a formula, is revolutionary.
So we have the one and only Youtritianator. Print your label, makes your product, ships it to your doorstep with your name on it.
The science of nutritional medicine, which is what we call nutrigenomics, has finally entered the 21st century.
No other company has this technology, and no other company can do what Euphoria can do for your health and nutrition.
I think our children are going to make fun of us someday and say, wait a minute, you guys all used to take the same supplements for everybody? Peace is priceless on today's planet. And knowing your DNA dictated your very own formula, it allows us to sleep at night, literally. Unlike what we've seen in the blind nutritional space, where it ends up in hype and desperation and overpromising, trying their hardest to distinguish themselves from their market twins.
DNA is everywhere now.
It's not just about family history, but it's about my personal health today.
So there you have it, Euphoria Science, arguably the most significant wellness company in history. So welcome to Euphoria, where being you never felt better.
Yeah. Awesome. That's so cool. Here's my little one right here. It's got my name on it. You know what's really cool about these things is, you know, on most vitamins, they'll have the date that it expires. This one has the manufacture date. So this one was manufactured on February 19th, 2020. So, you know, obviously when you go to the store, you have no idea how long the vitamins have been on the shelf, number one. But obviously what you guys have just seen.
And I didn't have my.
What day was yours, Pranita? Does it show it on there?
Yes.
Yeah, they're fresh.
Yes.
Go ahead, Teresa.
Okay, so that was really exciting, and the reason why I'm sharing this is because I care. And I know a lot of us, struggle. Some of it is even with my own family. When I realized for my DNA test, some things made so much more sense to me because for the healthy weight management, I got a red in both, and it made me understand all the struggles of, the obesity, type 2 diabetes, binge eating, all that was in my family. And I was beating it because I was determined my whole life that I didn't want that. And so I was always conscious and stuff. And when I saw that, it made so much sense because it made me understand my family more and, why food was such a big thing and why binge eating was a problem, because that's part of what the SNP, you tend to be binge eating. It goes into more detail if you saw the report, and that could be other questions, something I could do a whole other video, live about or presentation. But that's the biggest thing. And the biggest thing that I've honestly, for my own testimonial, is that I've always been in great shape and try to take care of myself and eat right as much as possible, unless I want some Doritos. But since I've been on the nutrition, I have been seeing a change in my body. Just I'm more leaner. I can't explain it. And, it makes sense now because I got 2 red SNPs on the weight management. And, if I can share anything and they can get knowledge and it can improve their life, that is one of my missions, because I think we all struggle. We all want answers of where our nutrition is. So.
Right, exactly. Well, so I see some comments asking how it's changed me, and somebody had mentioned that they'd seen me lose some weight. And so really, I had shared about my family health history, about my grandfather's dying of heart disease before the age of 60. And I kind of explained the whole story to you in the other video if you hadn't seen it. That was my family health history. So when I got my DNA report back, as they'd mentioned on the report, they color code it, right? So if you didn't get the variant, you get a green. If you got it for one, you get a yellow. If you got it for both, you get a red. So on my report, I got 4 reds, and all 4 of the reds had to do with heart health, homocysteine heart health, healthy blood pressure, healthy lipid support, and then there was another one, I don't remember what it was, but it had to do with cholesterol. So when I saw that report, it just solidified everything that I knew about my family health history. And so it took some time, to really understand and embrace that if I didn't make radical and dramatic changes with my health, then I, based on what's happened in the past and what I inherited, I wouldn't be around very long for my kids. So I had to make lifestyle changes, right? Not just take this product that has my name on it, because it's about the air that you breathe, what you put on your skin, what your body, and then the relationships that you have around you. It's really helped me in a lot of ways. I think that it's filled in a lot of the gaps. I don't have as many cravings for certain types of food that I used to have. And I decided just to go vegan in November of last year. And I haven't had any animal products in my body since then. I made a decision to do that, but I think since I did that, the reason I made that decision is because of the information that I found on my DNA report, and I did the research about animal products. I'm not here to preach veganism, but for me personally, if it wasn't for that DNA report, I don't think I would have made the decisions for my health that I'm making today. So that's kind of what I'm sure.
And right now, there's a lot of fear, and there's a lot of questions about what's going on. We're all kind of quarantined, and worrying about with the virus and stuff. And this is one thing too that really has pushed me to kind of put this together to see how a workshop like this was going to work, because the immune system, strong immune system, is one of there's a couple in here that regards that with the SNPs. And it's just what nutrition does do is it helps to restore and support the immune system. So I wanted to put this information out there as well, just to share to people so that they know what's out there, and how things are changing, and what knowing your DNA, how that can help you make lifestyle changes
Mhm.
have the proper nutrition that helps restore and support, and it's just a lot of, it's just so interesting. It's
Yeah.
so interesting too, and it's exciting when you see things and you see your own report. And
Mhm.
the biggest thing I think is the most exciting thing about it is that you have your very own label that is only your label, and it tells you exactly what's in it.
Right.
It gives you the supplement facts, and it's really, really neat. It's one of the, it's a passion of mine. So
Right. Right. Cool. Hey, can I just share with them real quick what their options are, and then
share the options, and then, yes, because I don't want to keep them too long, because I
Right.
just get, this is my favorite part, just sharing. And
Right. So I want to share what your options are, and then Teresa's going to give you guys an idea of what the dance party is going to look like, and that's where you guys are going to find out who's going to win a DNA kit that you just heard about in that video, and then the other prizes that we still owe you. Okay. So here's your options. Okay. First of all, we want to thank you for coming in here. Your first option is to do absolutely nothing with this information. Say, you know what, I'm totally fine with what I'm doing. I respect the fact that you guys invited me. Whoever invited you, get back to that person and just say, hey, thanks. Thank you for thinking about me enough to invite me to this information. Or you could say, you know what, I'm really curious. I want to get my DNA tested, and I want to see what I'm working with and see if I can make some different decisions with my life. Now, we have programs that where you can get this product for free. I'm not going to go into all that, and because we want to talk to you and kind of get an idea of how we can serve you. So we want to speak to you one-on-one, or however that looks for you. Like Teresa mentioned, we can get back to you and let you know what the pricing is and how you can get this product for free. So, and then also Ron had mentioned in the video, there's a business opportunity attached to this, obviously. And we're not going to go into that anyways as well here, because it's a workshop. So the pricing and the options and how to get started as far as the money goes, we'll talk to you guys individually. But now I'm going to turn it back over to Teresa, so she can kind of give you guys an idea of what the dance party is going to look like and the giveaways are. But I just want to leave you with this. We really, at the end of the day, we don't really care what you guys do. We just care enough about you to share this information with you. And once you hear about something, we've done our job to just share. So go ahead, Teresa, and let them know how the dance party is going to be rocking.
all right, so basically what's going to happen is I am going to go through a lot of things, because I'm still working on tallying everything up, and we're going to figure out who gets the DNA. And today I'm going to drop a link in the group, and I'm
You're on the edge of my seat, Teresa.
and I'm going to send it in Messenger as well, so you get a Zoom link in both. That is who's been a part of this group, and it's going to be 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Mountain. I'm there, and I'm doing it, and then 6 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Pacific.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part about all this, and it'll all be posted as soon as this is done. As we close off and sign off, and I'm going to post that in the chat or in the group, but I won't drop the link till a little bit later.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm excited.
So let us know how it goes. Give us your input on this. I would love, a constructive critique. If you've enjoyed this, what could be, what could be better? What could be improved? Because I just want to do this better, and just been excited just to actually even do it, because we're all kind of quarantined. Some of us more stricter than others, and I just think it's a great opportunity to let loose and feel like we're actually got something to do tonight, and go out and dance a little bit, move our bodies, burn some calories.
So excited.
Co-regulate with each other. So I appreciate everybody who has participated. I appreciate the support. I've got some amazing friends that have showed up and participated, and I appreciate every one of you guys. So much love today, and we will see you later today.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys.